Hello and welcome back to Sunshine Reclaimed. As you saw by the intro, I've been very productive. I got the grass sowed as well last night, and we got a trailer from Ben, a water trailer. So I've got some plans today. As you saw, it was snowing this morning, so the first thing we're going to do is going to start constructing a house and get out of that horrible tent. It's just a basic constructible hut. I only have to feed it logs, and we'll build that over time. I'm not sure. I quite like this tree. It makes like a nice little place to put the hut by, maybe. I don't know, it just looks homelier there. It's not going to be our forever home. We'll build a bigger home once we get some planks and beams and such, those kind of productions going. Yeah, I think we'll stick to the tree, because over there's the logging area, really. Try and get it as square as possible, I guess. But like I say, it's not going to be forever. It's just over winter. There we go. And we'll work on that. And the reason for the water trailer is... there we go. The cheapest of the cheap greenhouses. A small greenhouse. We'll probably just run lettuce in them, I think. Just to get some cash, basically, over winter. There's not much going to be happening over winter but logging. So this on the side will do us good. We got that silage as well, but that's only going to be, it's not going to be that much, maybe about $6,000. So, but every little bit counts, I guess. I'll try and get this square. I think I'll put one on either side of that hut. Just give it that homely feel, I guess. Yeah, because I was going to get all caught up with the pallets and yeah. So if we put the other one over this side, and as you see, we do have a container. That's a workshop with a fuel pump. I didn't discover until I was near empty on fuel doing the grass that it was there's no fuel on the map. I had to purchase one, and that made sense. So it's a workshop slash tank. I still have to pay for the fuel. So I've already got water in this, so we'll top this greenhouse up and get it started with some lettuce, I think. But let's have a look at this while that's filling up. Oh, I take it that's the button to... yeah, okay, I got that. Okay, gotcha. So let's bring some wood in there. Cool. Speaking of that, I should have some odd end bits lying around. Some of them are quite big and liftable by hand, actually. I was using these to push other pieces around. Right. I'm just going to chuck one in for now, and I'll chuck a load in there later on. I'll just see what we get for this and how it goes. Okay, send that in. Cool. So I guess we'll see that progress throughout the month as we feed it wood and it chows through them. We'll turn the tractor off so we're not wasting fuel, and we'll check on our lettuce. You will have to excuse my voice a bit too, and the lack of content. This is a very short video, going to be a short video. Right, put sorry, can't even get words out, see. I've got air pressure issues and it sounds all nasally and inside my own head when I talk, so it's really confusing. But, so it's going to be a short video anyway, for that reason. Get out of here, I can't see why the lettuce isn't... what happened there? I kind of got shoved back in there. Hang on. Right. Maybe that'll tick over in the hour. Or maybe I've done something wrong. Knowing me, it's the latter. I'm always doing something wrong. We will actually top up the other greenhouse. And I'll do a proper load up later. We'll just get them tuning over. We're going to need a bit of water in there if we want decent product coming out. And you get to see how I... fill my trailer up, which is kind of awkward. I'm going to have to try and put a ramp maybe going down there, maybe smooth the terrain out if it'll let me. So I kind of have to dangle this into the water. I'll show you. Kind of confusing. Flick it in there maybe. Come on. Good, Bennett. Yeah, I'm going to need a better water source. Maybe I just spend how much ever it is to get the pump, the little tap. And then I can just get it from there. I kind of just have to line it up and then just shove it into the water. Dangle at the end in there, there you go. And she starts drinking. Kind of a pain, not ideal, not practical, but you know, there might be an easier way to do it. I'll suss it out as we go. But we'll top these greenhouses up, or the other one anyway, and I've just had a brain fart. That was a brain fart moment. I just realised what I'd done. I was on the wrong production line. I was in the other one. I was just thinking in my head then, when I was filling this up, and it just popped into my head. You plonker. Right, we'll fill this other one up. We'll go around this way. I'm going to get into some more logging off camera. I'm going to cut down a bunch of trees and just try and get a whole heap stacked up, ready to go, ready to load. Unload this by crashing into the trailer first. And I'm thinking we're going to do some mowing as well. I'm going to mow up this yard area, clear it all up. I'm getting sick of the long bushes and long grass, losing vehicles and losing my direction. So we'll leave that there for now. Yeah, it's looking pretty good. They should be growing. Got a bunch of logs down here as well, which I'm gonna chuck into the construction. Just gonna take them over by hand. It's just easier. They're all liftable. This one's quite a big one, so it should fill up quite nicely. But now and then I'll just chuck it in there. I think I'll just do all this off camera. You don't want to see me running back and forth and all that. At least the sun's out. The snow just suddenly stopped earlier too, as soon as I started chopping wood down, which was brilliant. Right, I'll get onto this and I'll see you when we get onto the mowing. Now I'm not going for a massive yield really. I'm just clearing up the paths that I usually take when I'm walking or driving, instead of driving through the bushes and that, and down alongside the greenhouse and that. What's in an awkward place I'll paint over it another time, so I'm not going overboard for yield reasons. I'm just clearing up the area, and I thought, well, might as well make the most of it while we've got it. And I'll even clear up around the fields as well, down the path that we normally drive through, because that part I always get lost in. And it ain't good for the frame rates either, especially on my Series S. It's terrible, and it can't be good for your eyes when you watch it either, so apologies for any of that. You know, whatever we do get, it's going to be added to the silage. I will put a new silage put down, actually. I'll do that off camera and that, and I'll put it right next to it, and I'll try and make sure it's straight this time. I'll clear the area first. Last time I placed it and I couldn't quite see the corners, so this time I'll do it the other way around. So what am I doing? I'll just do this tedious bit here first, and then I'm going to get cracking on, and I'll do that whole lane up from here all the way up to the end of our boundary, pretty much. Let's see how we go with this. I'm not very good at straightening it up, and it does go slow. I found, I think last time I used it, if you start off in a stationary position, it's going to be slow, and it's going to grind along. But if you come in at a bit of speed, you can easily do it at 15 kilometers an hour and just fly through it. So it's good to get a run up, but I'll give you an example anyway. Yeah, it's not too bad, and it drops down now. The more you start steering and trying to countering as well, or you run into some rugged terrain, it starts slowing down. So, and then you've got to back it up and get a run up. So that's the trick I found anyway. And the last time I did it, it's not always practical, and I feel like I'm fumbling all my fingers and my thumbs together. But we'll mow down this edge here too. Just like I say, clearing the whole yard up where a lot of our traffic comes through. Saves us getting lost, losing tools, whatever, resources and that. And we can add it, like I say, to silage, but it's going to be some more money. Even if we get half of what we got last time, still a bit extra. Yeah. So here we go, see, and a bit of speed up beforehand, and you can just zip through it. But this moment you start turning, yeah. Anyway, I'll get stuck in. You've heard enough of me rambling with my Steve-O in the voice. See you soon. Right, I hope you enjoyed whatever I put together for you, because, yeah, I just don't want to go on rambling. My voice is terrible, and now and then my ear pops, but this is progressing. I put all that wood that was over there in here. The next stage is beginning. I'll get on chopping a tree down and chucking it in here, and that should be heaped for a while. Lettuce is all growing now that we fixed our mistake up. My brain fart moment. But that's about it for the episode, really. Like I say, it's horrible to record. I've even got to squash my head down into my chin down into my chest and talk. Or I can hear myself inside my own head like I'm underwater. It's terrible. But yeah, we've progressed a lot. We've got a lot of grass in. I've got about 20,000 litres on that other one. So that's 50,000 litres all up. There we go. Chuck it in there like you're fishing. And yeah, 20,000 litres is pretty good. 50,000 all up, so it's pretty good. Come hopefully January, we've got a bit of money coming in there, about 10 grand or so. So thanks guys, and sorry about the short video. Hopefully I'm better soon and can record a bit of a longer content video. So take care guys, see you next time.